Okay, let's keep rolling now. Next up for us, 4:05 p.m. Eastern. Jacksonville Jaguars 2-9, 0-4 on the road at Los Angeles Rams 7-4, 3-2 home. We're at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. The Rams open up as 13-point favorites. There's been a 5-cent move towards the Jags. This total is at 48. There's been a 4-cent move, or actually a 6-cent move to the under. 6-cent move to the under here. Let's take a look at where the cash lies in this spot. We have 2,559 tickets in. 8% of the tickets are on Jacksonville and 22% of the cash. Then you have 86% of the tickets on the under. We don't have the cash on this at this point. And New Quooker is on the Raiders minus 2.5 as well. But Ron Crawford's spreadsheet play is a stat play on Washington. Wow, that's a fascinating game. All right, let's get to work here. Jaguars coming off a 21-14 loss at home to the Falcons. Trevor Lawrence was 23 of 42 for 228 yards, touchdown, interception. He also ran 5 times for 39 yards. Laquan Treadwell led receivers with 4 catches for 53 yards. Marvin Jones, 4 for 43. Laviska Shenault, 5 for 33. James Robinson had 17 carries for 86 yards, also lost a fumble. Tyson Campbell had an interception, and the Jags had 1 sack and 4 quarterback hits, but they lose Dan Arnold to a knee injury. He's expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks due to an MCL sprain, so they won't bother bringing him back. Linebacker Damian Wilson hurt his ankle during the game. He's listed as questionable this week. And they did get a couple players back. They got Brandon Linder back from the knee ankle injury. They got James O'Shaughnessy back. Both had extended stays on the injured reserve. Both played pretty well. Shaquille Griffin was inactive last week. He's listed as questionable this week. The Rams come in. Let me get this queued up here. Sorry. The Rams come in off their third consecutive loss, 36-28 at Green Bay. It was 36-17 going into the fourth quarter. And look, I made the mistake on the Rams. I got the money line at minus 105, but I did take the team total over, and that did cash. So it was just a small, very small loss of a little bit of vig. Stafford was 21 for 38 for 302 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He did lose a fumble. A Cooper Kupp, 7 catches, 96 yards. God, he's having a season. Van Jefferson, 3 catches for 93 yards, touchdown. ODB, I always call him Old Dirty Bastard accidentally.
Old Dirty Bastard had himself a game.
5 passes for 81 yards and a touchdown. Baby, I like him. Darrell Henderson ran 16 times for 55 yards, caught 4 passes for 18 yards and a touchdown. They couldn't get enough pressure on Aaron Rodgers. 1 sack and 5 quarterback hits. So Darrell Henderson has a quad injury, and we don't know what the extent of it is. Beckham has a hip pointer. And we got to keep an eye on these 2 spots. Linebacker Justin Hollins is expected to be designated for return, from the injured reserve. But Odell Beckham Jr. and Darrell Henderson's health here is extremely important. If we think that maybe they're not going to be available, at this point, if they are in complete control of this game, they're going to not risk Stafford in any kind of situation. They're just going to run the ball straight ahead. I wonder if the under 48 is in play, or do you think that the Rams need to break out of their funk, and this is the perfect opportunity for them to smash and grab these Jaguars and gain some confidence moving forward? Or, Bebsie, do you think that these losses that we've watched the Rams have are a sign that this is not that good of a football team? Take it away, Jags, Rams.
Well, I mean, just from what I'm reading in the chat, it feels like everyone's on the Rams here, or at least considering the Rams. And for me, I don't see it that way. Again, I see the Jags. They're 2-9. Their season's over. They're freewheeling. They're playing with house money. They don't give a shit. The Rams, on the other hand, are on a 3-game losing streak. And worse off, they're on a 3-game losing streak after adding Von Miller and Odell Beckham. But one of the problems with this team doing that is you added stars. Von Miller's quite obviously past his prime. He's still Von Miller. I'm not trying to shit talk Von Miller. I respect the hell out of Von Miller. OBJ, how many years has it been since he's been a real factor on the field? I know we talk about him, and he's still he's still more than capable of making these splash plays. But there's something to be said about a team that was 7-1 and 0-3 since adding these stars. And I wonder if it's, you remember when the Eagles had the dream team years ago and they never meshed? Well, this is a Los Angeles team that prior to this season starting, the trade that brought Stafford in there was an all or nothing trade. It was we're doing this now. We have to do this now. You emptied the cupboard for your draft picks, and then they somehow managed to wheel Von Miller, and then obviously getting OBJ signing as a free agent. But now it feels like the pressure of having this team has mounted on the Rams, and they're top heavy. They are a top heavy football team. They're supreme talent up top, and then a lot of holes in this team. And with losing Akers preseason and relying on Henderson's not bad, but we're talking about him like he's a huge factor in this game, and that's not a good thing. So I would not bet the Rams in this one. It's too many points. I'd say Jacksonville or nothing here.
I think the under's got to be the play. If we don't trust, I mean, so you don't think that this is a spot where? Okay, actually, why don't we go this? Do you trust this Jags defense
against an ailing Matt Stafford? And Birdie called this out weeks ago. Matt Stafford is hurt. Matt Stafford is not playing like he was, to start this season. He was on an MVP torrid pace, and he has been from bad to awful in the last 3 weeks. So I don't trust the Rams offense. It's not a faith in the Jags defense. It's lack of faith in the Rams offense right now. Yes, they were able to put up points in Green Bay last week, but that was a shootout against a Green Bay team that's, I don't know if you've paid attention to that, but they're ailing on defense as well. I do believe the Rams win this game. I mean, you'd be crazy not to think the Rams win. I just don't think 13 points makes sense the way they're playing. I think they gut out a win here and get their shit together and get back on track. But I don't think they come in and just smash Jacksonville.
Well, I'm interested in the under. I'm also sort of interested in the Jags team total under. At this point, it's at 16.5. They're not moving it over the 17.5. So the under
one of the
16...
things that's hurt the Rams like an insane amount is the fact that they don't call holding anymore. They very rarely call holding now. And Aaron Donald, who's probably the best player in the NFL and has been for 5-6 years in a row, they just hold him now. He still beats the hold sometime. But just if you want to see how bad it's gotten, throw on a Rams game and just watch Aaron Donald and watch how many times his jersey is grabbed and yanked. It's brutal. I hate the Rams, and I hate even more what's happening to Aaron Donald.
Yes, VL, I'm always watching the chat. By the way, that 16.5 to the under for the team total for the Jags is plus 105. Under 16.5 at plus 105 at Bet365, giving you that plus line, trying to stay under that very important number at 17. Well, I'm interested in the under. I'm interested in the Jags team total under, and that's where I sit at this point. The Rams are sitting here at 7-4. They have 6 games left in the season. Do you trust this team to get one of the wild card spots, or do you think this free fall continues?
No, I think they will hold off the dog, so to speak, and get a wild card spot. There's no chance they're catching Arizona. But I I see them correcting things. I just don't see them, after 7 games, I was like, okay, Rams Bills Super Bowl. I don't believe that anymore. Because unless Stafford gets 100%, he's not getting the job done for them right now.
I find this game. I think we can make money on this game. I feel like it's a get right spot for the Rams defense, and I would like to attack it. Whether or not I take the Jags full game team total under, or instead just take that first half team total under for the Jags, so that there's no garbage touchdown that hurts me here. Scores 31-10, and Lawrence is still in the game, and he has a nice drive to finish it off when the Rams don't care. Ron Crawford on Rams first half.